Here's a look at the finished balsa. Here's a look inside of our carrot balsa. We stirred up 4 eggs. 4 large eggs. We might need to add some more carrots, but we've just cut them into chunks to put them into the food processor. We're getting a consistency that looks like this. Now we're preparing some onions to the size of that. We've got some olive oil in here, and we're going to heat up the egg. Now we're cooking the egg. So we've got the egg cooked, and now we've turned off the heat. So the stove is off, and we're just adding in the onion right now. We've added more carrots, and so you can just work with the proportion you like for the amount of dough that you have. And then just season it as you like. We're using some dried shrimps in here. We're using some Asian 5 spice. Just whatever flavoring you want to add. And we're putting in some salt. Putting in the seasoning, just mix it all up so it's everything's evenly distributed. Here's our dough that we're working with.
6 cups of flour.
6 cups of flour. We have 2 1/4 cups of water and 1 teaspoon of yeast, the active dry yeast. Mostly we use all-purpose, but we have some whole wheat in there. We use a bread machine to do the yeasting process and mixing. Here's the bread machine that we use. There's a setting number 9 there for dough, and it takes an hour and a half to get the dough ready. So we divided our dough into made some long shape like that, and we're just cutting into pieces. So we take those pieces and then roll them out, leaving the center a little bit thicker. You can see we're mostly rolling on the edges. So once we get them prepared, we'll use our steamer to cook them. We have a few layers, and we line the layer with a cloth. So now we take some of the filling and put it inside the wrap. And here's a little challenging part of how to put the wrap together. And then after that, we'll put them into the steamer basket tray on top of that cloth. It's like a cheesecloth. Okay.
And then just roll it. You'll put pressure in, roll it in halfway to the center, and then just let it with its own weight roll out. And then put pressure, turn with this hand, turn a little bit, and roll in with pressure, and roll out without pressure. Turn again, roll in halfway with pressure, and roll out without pressure. Turn again, roll in halfway, same, repeat. You'll have a center really thick. Then you put pressure when you roll in, just roll more onto the edge, the very edge, but not so much in the center. You'll have a nice slope down, it's really thick in the middle, and the edge is really thin onto the edge. That's when we'll
2 layers loaded up here, and then we'll let these sit for 10 minutes after the last one was made, and the lid on, and so after 10 minutes we'll put it on high to let it start. We've got it on high temperature now and waiting for steam. Once we get steam, we'll set a 12-minute timer and also just turn it down to medium high at that point. It's hard to capture the steam here, but we've got some, so we turned it down. Now we're going to wait 12 minutes for them to be ready. Here's a look at the finished balsa. Another look at the balsa, and then the bottom of it has a moist from the steaming. Moist appearance there. Here's a look inside of our carrot balsa.